know.
Solar is
Whatever.
something I really want to do. I've been looking at it into it, but it's just the initial investment I don't have. But you save so much money overall. I would build the solar panels myself in a heartbeat. I know enough about electrical wiring to be able to pull it off. But that initial investment is where it kills you. Like I don't have that kind of money later. I wish we had that kind of egg nest. I'd build that shit right now. I'd be like, fuck you, electric company.
Ooh,
Because
Carthedon.
the total that people so there's so much documented stuff about people that build solar panels and they end up feeding electricity back into the grid, and the electric company's paying them. Oh, I would love that shit. Like, fuck you guys, pay me now. Where's my money? Oof,
Mm-hmm.
can't wait.
That's like
That's a that,
10 to 20 something $1,000 to get initially started. You got that kind of
yeah.
change to do that. Yeah, go ahead.
You could
Definitely.
probably do it for less, but it's still a big chunk of change to
Well,
invest.
well, on the like on the and I'm gonna say it on the ranch, and where me and my wife are gonna eventually move to permanently, the ranch of what we're gonna have. We're actually gonna. She actually wants to do stuff like that, to have that like the solar for like our own power. So all as much as we possibly can. I mean, it's gonna cost. I maybe want to talk about that. But anyway, guys, tonight on the show, no news tonight. 2 episodes in a row. Woohoo! Yeah. We'll discuss text behind content creation and gaming, and why people will never agree. I lost track of that. We're gonna discuss tech behind content creation and gaming, and why people never agree therein.
There we go.
The therein kind of like said what they're like what finished the sentence, but it doesn't. You'll join us to discuss the big 48-hour marathon. We'll be adding people here in shortly, and plans for annual, more regular events thereof. He's putting these fucking words in here.
Yeah, I'm making it sound fancy.
No,
I'm not
dude, I
like
don't want
therein
to.
and thereof.
No, no, no. By the way, guys, if you're new to the show, welcome to our silly party, guys.
Woo!
Yeah, it was kind of a woo-woo. Horseplay Live is where geeks come to play, and 9 times out of 10, we get in trouble as well. We have the flagship talk radio show for the Geeky Antics Network in collaboration with AllGames.com. Our show covers all the aspects of geek culture with a special focus on Indian strategy games, technologies, and we rant. Of course, social issues geeks face and community events that we try to be a part of or try to put on ourselves. So, did I mention we rant too sometimes?
Just a smidge.
Every other subject. Yeah. But
Did you
sometimes
see what
we even
Catharden said? Did you see what Catharden said in the
I
chat?
told you that. $700 water bill just from a leaky toilet.
Jesus.
They ripped you off, bro. Sometimes we even talk about tabletop and retro gaming and food. Just because that's just what we do. You don't like it, leave. No, just kidding. Don't leave. Yogi, tell everybody a little bit more about Horseplay Live.
Well, usually we're pretty upbeat and crazy. It's a little bit of a down note for me at least tonight. Well, Obi too, because he's recovering from his feels, losing the beard. You can't always be on the high.
If you're
But
ready for a podcast, give me a hell yeah. No.
God. But since we're late night, crazy things tend to happen. We're sleep deprived. Freaks come out at night, and etc. etc. But we don't just say crazy things for the sake of being crazy. Just keep an open mind. Have fun with us. Remember, this is HorsePLAY. The name like that, you gotta expect shenanigans, yo. You just gotta. It ain't about horses. It ain't about My Little Pony. We ain't bronies.
And if we
we
do say
don't.
something that you were like just totally gets, oh my god, they offended me, get the fuck over it, really.
Yeah,
That's it, But anyway, guys, don't forget, Geeks Horseplay Live is every Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific on Twitch channels Geeky Antics, and cast it simultaneously over on Yogi's Yella as well. Horseplay Live replay is also available earlier on Thursdays at about 5 p.m. Eastern Time on allgames.com. Yes, we did it. And now, since there's no news, Yeah. We're gonna get right into it, and Yogi, do you have some shout outs for you want to mention?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple tonight. Just gonna say check us out over at GeekyAntics.net/sponsors. Our Hall of Heroes. Different offers that we had, different things that we would like you to share, click, maybe buy from, use, etc., etc. And I got a bumper to play here. You ready for it, Obi?
You got some voicemails, didn't you?
Oh, we gotta play that now. We'll play it in the segment then. I'll play it.
Oh,
Yeah, you're right.
Wait.
The voicemail not in this segment.
Yeah, you can play the bumpers on your own this time. You just.
Yeah. I just want to make sure you're ready, so you don't go, hey, what's that?
Hey, you just shut your mouth and play the damn voicemails.
Put that coffee down.
Calling all film fans, want to add a little more fun to your podcast diet? Well, why not listen to the 365 Flicks podcast? We're the lads from Smallville, UK.
We love to bring you the latest news, our own special brand of meaningless movie nonsense, as well as a bunch of top fives you really won't care about.
I'm Kev.
I'm Chris.
We're pissy.
We're fanboys.
We're having another beer.
We're the 365 Flicks podcast.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, iTunes, Podomatic, and many, many others.
Also look for us on musingsofageek.com and wickedradionetwork.com.
Sick of listening to all those overpaid movie critics?
Then tune into the 365 Flicks podcast, your vocal heroes of pissy opinion.
I love that bumper. That's 365 Flicks podcast. Our friends across the pond, one of the latest podcasts on our network. They are purveyors of pissy opinion, not pussy opinion, in case you weren't able to translate or parse their accents. But
I heard
make sure you check
pussy
them out.
too, sorry.
Okay, I'm making sure. It's pissy. Good guys. Obi, you have any shout outs and love to share? No? Okay. Moving on then.
I don't know, do I?
We'll move on. Let's get some people in on the call so we could devote some more time to the discussions tonight. Then we'll play the voicemail. Ready, Obi? This is the part where you go, "Are you ready, Yogi?" And I go, "I'm ready."
Yogi, shut your damn mouth and let me do my damn part. Thanks.
Just making sure you're on point.
I am. You're talking so much. I gotta try to get in there every now and then. See, now it's just all fucked up.
No, it's not. The moment's not on. It's not lost.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
About freaking time. Geeks engaged. Noob. All right, guys, let's open up the lines and get some of you guys chat going on in here. Here's the TeamSpeak info. You guys can jump on in. Just make sure you guys are using some headphones. That was hint for somebody to put TeamSpeak info in chat. But anyway, make sure you guys are using headphones. We don't want to hear ourselves. It's 9 till I got a headache tonight, and I know Yogi's had a really long day, so if somebody doesn't,
He beat me to it.
We do have voicemails while we're getting everybody in here. Yogi, if you want to play those voicemails.
I will.
I know we have voicemails.
You might know
Play
where
them.
they're from.
Play them, goddammit. I know who they are.
Okay.
You motherfuckers, you didn't vote. What's up, guys? Everyone X2 here. And, hey, I really want to appreciate everybody that took part in the Shave or No Shave, Save or Shave Obi's Beard. I really appreciate everybody just kind of getting together and being a part of that. It really means a lot to myself and Fifi Law. She did win. If you guys are listening to this on HorsePLAY Live, you guys can see my face. It's fucking shaved. We'll see you guys live. Peace.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for voting to shave the beard. It looks so much better. It's nice and clean, and everything is good. So I just want to say thank you, and sorry, Obi, but this is not the last time you are going to be shaving, for sure.
Yes, it is. See you guys. See you guys live. Peace.
She seems pretty confident about that.
Yeah. I hope she's not watching right now, but I think that's just full of shitness. Is that a word?
Full of shitness.
Full of shitness.
the state of being full of shit.
Yes, that's a word, right? Then that works.
I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah, that sounds like it's about right. Full of shitness.
Seems legit. Legit.
And she'll be on the show on Sunday as well. I'm gonna get her set up on. She got a little headset over there, and I'm gonna get TeamSpeak set up on her laptop, so she'll be ready for the show.
She's not boycotting us anymore.
No,
she kind of disappeared.
She loves Well, you got to remember she's been really busy lately, and
no, she boycotted us because of the beard. She had feelings.
No. She was totally fine. If I had won, and I have counted probably about 20 guys, IRL that I know, plus people online, not to mention the people that I thought were going to vote for me but didn't. So it's like, I could have won, I should have won, but of course I didn't. It's okay. So it's wow, Soja Sharon guy on the right looks like he loves the hot slice of what? Am I the guy on the right?
A slice of something. I don't know which guy is the guy on the right.
I think that's me. Well, what was it, boy pie? Or boy shit? You're very original. It's one of those things where it's like, try again, I guess.
Oh,
yeah. Guys, let's get some iTunes reviews.
Beat It Hell was ready for that one. I think he got that one this time.
Fuck, I was looking at Amazon. He's like, I was looking at Amazon. What the hell?
I mean, on this show, I wouldn't. I say I'm all for trolling the trolls back, and then you mute them.
Yeah, we can really fuck with them. Yeah.
But
like private streams,
quick
hammer. I know like my mods that are on my stream are really quick to, hit somebody on top of the head and go, stop it. And we actually did something like that, and we did it to somebody that was just playing with us. It was another streamer, and as soon as he said something, and they were all typing, but they were using the message deleted, and the how Soja's got his right there. They were actually typing that, or they had a, and so one of my mods just started banning people. I'm like, wow, hey, wait, what's going on? And he goes, well, it was I was hosting you, and sorry, we're just like, dude, something like that. Hey, it's all good. So like,
well, you know what impresses me about the trolls we get,
Harry?
We used to get a lot of random people in the chat, but now we don't, because I made it so that only people with verified email could speak. Because a lot of people were, before it's actually still easy for people to register on Twitch with a fake email address and just make a whole bunch of dummy accounts. So if you check off that little box that require verified email to speak, it makes it so those people with throwaway accounts can't just log in and do that, for multiple accounts. So this means this person just goes around. This is someone that actually uses Twitch, and he just probably goes around trolling. They've been coming out because they were trolling in Morg's chat, Cupcake Envy's chat. Cupcake Envy, I was particularly shocked because like you guys have seen her. She's a very attractive young girl, young lady, and and then like talking shit about her that you can't get a boyfriend. Like you wish you could get a girl like that. Don't like, seriously.
I have something that I want to say right now so we can get it out. Okay, we're almost a little bit before an hour in the stream. Afterwards, we're playing Mount Your Friends, right? I need to know in chat real fast. Everybody that does not have Mount Your Friends that is interested in playing, hit 1 in chat. Okay, Yogi, go ahead. Do you have any iTunes reviews for us?
I didn't check today, but there weren't any a couple days ago.
You have Mount Your Friends, Mom.
So keep. Oh wait. Oh, 1 is for people who don't have it.
Yes, don't have it. If you do not have it, hit 1.
I thought it was 1 if you want to play Mount Your Friends. My bad. That's what I heard.
All right, disregard that.
What?
Nope.
Disregard what? What are we disregarding?
Nothing.
I had to turn down my system.
Do you have any
sounds.
iTunes reviews?
No. I said no.
No?
No,
you want
no,
to start
no
bringing
iTunes
people to the
reviews.
channel now?
But please leave us some 4 or better yet 5-star reviews. You know, and, if you really think we deserve a 3, we'll take the 3. We'll take a 3. It's a
You
nice,
better have a
know,
really good fucking explanation if you give us a 3, though.
3. You don't hate it, but you don't love it. Well, I think that's fair.
But you better have a really good explanation.
You know, but yeah, we would like just leave us some reviews because I think we put a lot of good effort towards this show. And you guys, there's some quality reviews out there. You don't have to leave us something that thoughtful, but I love the longer reviews, But if it's something nice and thoughtful, it doesn't have to be long. It can be short and thoughtful.
You like some long guys?
No, it can be short and thoughtful. It can be a chode of a review.
Doing.
It's not about the size; it's how you use it.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what it is. So yeah, moving on. Obi.
You guys can't join. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I forgot. Roll of dimes at 100 miles an hour does some damage. Let's keep the geeky antics and shenanigans going, guys. You guys send us some tweets. You guys can reach us pretty much anytime. I've been rocking Twitter quite a bit here the last couple of days. Yay me. Obi1X2 at Obi1X2 at YogiZilla at GeekyAntics, where we can share, where we guys can, have some fun and just retweet each other's stuff and, maybe get a long dialogue going on Twitter. You have to scroll up a page a couple times to figure out what did he say again. Yeah.
Yep.
But,
story.
But of course, as always, the best way to experience our geeky madness is to hit us up right here in our live chat hub right on Geeky Antics on Twitch. So you guys can also join us at our official HQ, GeekyAntics.net. You guys can comment, share, join us on the forums. We really want to see and hear what awesome geeks think. And of course, you guys can join us on TeamSpeak whenever it's for the gang. We're finally getting it back to where it's semi-normal again. So we're doing that. All right, Nod, I'll have one for you and Harry. But thanks, guys, for telling me. Yes, last but not least, please leave us a voicemail. That voicemail number is 206-415-4987. One more time, 206-415-4987. Now, remember, guys, the show is worldwide. Keep in mind that number is U.S.-based. So, don't forget. But if you guys do want to call, definitely we'd love to hear from you. But if you can't or you're just shy, you guys can send us some email at mail@geekyantics.net. Instead, we'll respond at on the perspective shows. Yeah?
Sound legit?
We are bringing people into the channel here. Beard and Hat's the only one that decided he wanted to join us, too.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Not bad. Baby's asleep. I've been able to nap all day, so I'm doing all right.
I wasn't sure if you're trying to be quiet for baby or if you were sad. 'Cause you had some of the feels from what we've been discussing and the loss of Obi's beard too, right?
Yeah, I deeply pained by the loss of that beard.
Yeah. There was definitely he was getting choked up, and then I was like, I don't know. I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Dude, I actually somebody caught me, so I got to make a highlight for that. Actually, somebody when I was she was hitting right here, and then I just said, wait a minute, and I just kind of put my head down, like there was a couple tears forming. So yeah, they got me. It's okay though.
And that's the thing. You had to tap into some female groups, women that love beards, and leverage that. Because I gotta say one thing about I love my bros, but when it comes to social media, dudes are the laziest sacks of shit out there.
Well,
like,
fuck you too.
You tell a dude to, do me a favor, click on this link and share it. It's like, I'll click it. Sharing, that's too many steps. But a woman will go in there and be like, I got you. +1, liked, faved, stumbled upon, Instagram, Pinterest. Done. like clockwork. That's just statistically speaking. There's been tons of studies done. I'm not being chauvinist. It's true. So women are more social with social media, and men are kind of like, oh, you mean I gotta do more than just click this one button?
Right,
Oh, damn.
right. Well, it's women, and this is something that I've seen too. Miss Fifi, not so much because she's only on like Facebook. I'm just now getting her into Twitter, but now that she's got Twitter now, she does Twitter and Facebook faster than I can do just Twitter. Like, she's got on both because they're both like, she does it like it's right on the phone. Facebook, okay, post, bam, let me share this on Twitter, bam, bam, done. Hey,
There's a science behind that too. They call it the Dunbar number. I feel like we've had this discussion before.
we have, and let's not get into it.
Oh, it's important.
No,
This
no.
Dunbar number
It's not.
it refers to the maximum amount of relationships what men and women can handle. For the average man, it's between I think 60 and 80. But for women, it taps out at around 120. They can just manage a lot more relationships better than men can. They're wired that way.
Oh.
I like
Awesome.
Soldier's persistent. Yeah, he left and then came back so he could spam some more, troll some more.
Wait, what does that say? Oh, come on, guys. I want to read that shit before you delete it.
Labrador Chocha, I guess is what they were trying to say. Who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Just,
Anywho,
yeah, fuck off.
we should get into our segment. I think Beard will appreciate
when you
this.
guys get these games, make sure you guys let me know in stream that you got the game, please, so I'm not figuring out all this other crap. Thank you. Go ahead, Yog. Where am I going? Oh. Sorry, hold on 1 minute. Quickie.
Oh man, and just as we're about to get into this quickie, which is bang for your buck PC builds, I'm looking at someone recommending a computer build in Janelle's chat. You want to guess what the price is? What they consider a budget gaming rig? Just guess what the price is.
1,700.
Damn, you're good.
It's probably the
That's
same guy
fucking
that did.
ridiculous.
It's probably the same guy that did it last time at Janelle's channel, saying this is a great build. Yeah, if you're a rich motherfucker and you have spare two grand, sure, we can show you how to build a computer for $800 or less.
And of course, it's got the Intel in there. It's the i5, just the i5, $254.99. That's a lot of money for a processor.
Intel Why would you get an i5 when you can spend the same amount of money and get an i7?
Yeah, this is not.
If you're gonna be getting Intel, which we're not getting into this, Yogi. Yo.
Well, this is part of the discussion. This is perfect timing. And you know.
What? What did he put up there?
What? You're looking at the part build now?
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna put it in here. How not to build a PC.
All right, guys, check Steam so I know if you guys are getting these damn games, please.
I'll put the link there. Oh, people be killing me. So let's talk about it. This is a public service announcement because I know some of you got money to burn, and that's great. I ain't mad at you. But the people with money to burn are giving advice to people that don't really have money. So when they build a computer, they need to get the best bang for your buck.
Mm-hmm.
It's an investment for now and in the future. And this is what happened. Lately a lot of folks have been asking us, what kind of rigs we're running and what kind of rig they should build if they want to play games, stream, podcasts, etc. And here's the thing. When you're building a new rig, everyone has an opinion and everyone swears theirs is right. But people always forget to ask. The two questions you really need to ask. What's your budget? and what do you need it for?
Mm-hmm.
When you say budget, is like what can you actually afford without like becoming homeless or going into debt.
All right,
That should be your budget.
BFT right there, you're instantly wrong. Because if step one is to avoid AMD, yeah, you're dumb.
Yeah, that's
all I
bad
got to
advice.
say.
But BFT likes to troll. He likes to rib.
No, it's not even bad advice. You're just dumb. I'm still mad at him anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
People actually give that advice not jokingly, and that's terrible advice to give because the benchmarks, if you look at them, you compare comparable NVIDIA and AMD cards, because ATI is part of AMD now. ATI doesn't really exist. You know, the benchmarks aren't as far apart as people would like to think. When you consider dollar for dollar, you're getting a much more value for the dollar with AMD products. But again,
yeah, you'll pay a little extra for the NVIDIA, but you're only getting maybe 10 frames per second above what you would get for half the price.
Well, I wish it was a little extra because I just looked at this one card that this person put in their build. It's a 300 and change card. It's on sale now for $296. That's the sale price. The comparable Radeon card you could get for about $150 to $200. That's a big difference.
Yeah, that's a huge difference. You're paying for the name.
Yeah.
And AMD also tends to undervalue some of the stuff that they're selling.
Yeah, but I would rather them undervalue it a little bit because a lot of the stuff that they're selling is not. I mean, it's valued for a gamer with a strict budget. That's what it's for. That's some of the reason why they're doing this and going this route is making their stuff, you know, giving that, like what I have, that 8-core processor, having all the threads and everything that's comparable to that i7 4-core 8-thread for Intel. Yes, I got double what it is, but it's running about the same. Now there's a new i7 out. There's a 10-core coming out for AMD, which is supposed to be nice. Anyway.
It's the new chipset for Intel, right? I don't want to.
Well, the new chipset for it's AMD is a 10-core, and then Intel's coming out with some. It's a new one too. They're adding another. I think. I don't even know. They're probably gonna make a 10 or something too, or a 12 or some shit like that. Something crazy. Yeah. Where you gotta pay $1,000 just for a processor.
Yeah, it's a server processor that you're putting in a home PC.
Basically, it's got literally it's like stupid. I mean, it's like 12, 15 cores. Or, well, say cores, threads. 16, maybe.
There's a 72-core processor.
Wow.
I was reading up about it.
Now, that's overkill unless you have a big, giant server farm you're running or something.
That's what it is. It's for upper-end servers. It's like a $30,000 processor.
Yeah, I bet you there's people out there that would get that for a home computer, so say they have it. You know, that's the whole. It's kind of like in role-playing games. It's the whole min-maxing mentality. That's what people do with computers. They get like the maximum specs because they look good on paper, but 90% of the people that have 16 gig or 32 gigs of RAM in their computer, or have an 8 gigabyte, video card and all this stuff
don't even know how to use it.
They're not taking advantage of it, because they don't have the settings set up properly. They just use the computer right out of the box, or a lot of software is not optimized to take this stuff. So they go all in on these things that look good on paper, but then they have like a shitty power supply or a shitty motherboard, They skip out on stuff you shouldn't be skipping out on.
So, like someone who buys a MacBook Pro and then just uses it for Facebook.
Pretty much.
Yeah, kind of.
My brother does that.
My wife wants to go full Mac with her computer and her, because she's already got the iPad. She wants to get an Apple i6. We gotta talk her out of it, guys.
Get a used MacBook Pro. Get like a 2011 MacBook Pro, and it'll be good with whatever you need it to do for at least the next 3 years.
Well, she's just gonna run her business off, so I'm gonna get her all new stuff. Like, gonna get her a desktop or a laptop, and then she has her iPad, and then she's gonna have her cell phone. So she'll be able to do everything she needs to for her business on that.
Word.
They're not bad products.
You know,
Some of the
BFT makes a good point in the chat about future-proofing your tech.
Mm-hmm.
I agree that if you could afford to go for the bleeding edge of the time, that does help you future-proof. But sometimes, you know, people just go overboard, and it's like you're never gonna use that much power. Like, you know, they have the the Titan line of the TI NVIDIA GeForce cards. You know,
the 980s or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the GTX 980. But
Titans.
There's no point in future-proofing. You build a computer that's decent for now, and the amount that you would spend on the top of the line now, you can then in 4 years buy a computer then that's decent for then.
Okay, so are you saying that an average build should last you about 4 years, 3 or 4 years?
Yes.
Right. Okay. I bought, when I got my motherboard, I got the best of the best Asus motherboard. Like, there's one out that's better than this one, just because it has more fucking slots. I mean, I got like 20 freaking USB ports. I got freaking ports to plug in right to from a technician. All he has to do is plug into a certain port, and he can see all my BIOS and everything without even, you know, it's badass. Can hold up to 64 gigs of RAM. I mean, just awesome. Do I need all that power right now with what I have? No. I'm only running like 16 gigs of RAM, and that's enough for whatever I need to play. Now, will that upgrade? I won't have to buy another motherboard. Yeah, it's only $100, but still, that's $100 that I don't have to upgrade next time. I can just put that new, you know, AMD 10 core in, or a little bit better 8 core than what I have, or just say I just want to get a new video card. I just get it, you know, I ramp up or even get a double what I have now, and it can run everything as much as I want until I just can't run, until it just doesn't work anymore. I mean, that's
the smart
and
way
I'll have that motherboard for 5 or 6 years, depending on if it's gonna, you know, I want to stay up, you know, pretty much up with technology. But if it's that good of a motherboard, it should last me for 5 or 6 years, no problem, even though I'm upgrading other things around it.
I would go even further extreme. I think a good motherboard can last you, which, you know, it's the heart of your computer. That a good motherboard can last you anywhere from 5 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, depending how much you really. Most people don't have a need to be on the bleeding edge. You know, and I think with the AMD stuff, a lot of times you could get a new next gen processor in there just by updating the firmware on the motherboard.
I guarantee you, if I get
and
another
with
one,
Intel, good luck doing that.
Right. Well, I guarantee you, in the next couple of years, if I get another one, you're going to be happy with what I'm sending to you, because Yogi, you guys ever want to see Yogi just all of a sudden look at something and just go, "Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom"? Wait till he sees this. It's gonna be one of those moments going, I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. But
well, that's what I did. That's what I'm saying. If I did, I know you're going to.
But, you know, some of the biggest mistakes, some of the pitfalls people run into when they're building computers is that they proceed with the assumption that one size fits all. Like we just talked about the NVIDIA versus AMD stuff. Because as far as NVIDIA versus AMD in graphics cards or video cards, whatever you want to call them, there's no definitive right choice. You know, the benchmarks are not as varied as people like to think. The key consideration to me is compatibility and interoperability. Does it mesh well with your build? You know, you may want to build around a graphics card. I'd rather just get the motherboard that has all the built-in features and the quality, durability that I like, and then build up from there, rather than building around a graphics card.
Mm-hmm.
But with NVIDIA, you almost got to build around that video card. That's how it works with them. Like a Radeon, you could drop it into a system and it'll work on 9 out of 10 systems. You know, mostly no problems. You know, NVIDIA, that has not been my experience most of the time.
Well, I can't say go ahead.
Well, the other thing too with NVIDIA is that they tend to be very proprietary. They work really well when you have their monitor and there's the the SLI motherboard and G-Sync, blah blah blah. The one benefit I said, one of the reasons people like NVIDIA so much better is because they cheat. A lot of the developers are using the PhysX engine, and it makes things look better, right? It's kind of like when people used to use the 3D Glide, the Voodoo drivers back in the days with the old, remember the Voodoo 3D FX cards? They used to use the special drivers, the glide drivers, to make everything look great. And that's how Unreal Engine started. It's like, whoa, how are you pushing my computer to do all this crazy stuff? So PhysX is the same thing. You get extra particle effects and nice TNL and fire effects and all this stuff. And it's taking advantage. It's software that takes advantage of the hardware. There's nothing stopping people doing that in Radeon. It's just that NVIDIA's got a lot of the developers pushing for their framework. That's really the key difference. But the hardware is very comparable. So anyway, the whole one-size-fits-all thing, I hate that. It's like, this is the only right choice. It's stupid. Don't listen to people that say that. They'll steer you the wrong way. Again, we talked about overkill on certain components. Thinking that more expensive RAM is better. Now, this is a thing. This is a big trap. You see the Vengeance, the G-Skill, the HyperX. They're good. But a lot of times when you look at the price differential, you see that, it's more expensive. This has to be better. Be careful. Look at the timings, the clock speeds. Look at what you want to look for is the CAS, the column axis strobe latency. The lower the number, the better. That's really the key. That's really the key thing with RAM. Other than is it resilient? Will it last you a while? Because you don't want your RAM crapping out on you, obviously. But you want that number to be low because that's basically how long it'll take to page the columns of memory on the chip. And a lot of these high-end RAM that people are paying, tons of money for, these chips, they're running between 10 and 12 CS, which isn't that great. The higher end ones are more like 8 or 9, and the really high end ones go down to like 5 to 8, 5 to 7 more or less. So more expensive is not always better. And again, just avoid. A big major pitfall I want to avoid is talking to overzealous geeks that speak in superlatives like, well, you gotta go with this brand or this thing. That's the other stuff is crap.
Go with whatever
I think the only time
you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
If you want to spend, I don't know, $600 on a video card, go ahead with Intel. If you have that kind of money, you're on a budget. And you want to make sure that you have a decent gaming rig to a great gaming. I don't have just a decent gaming rig. I have a really good one. Now it comes with internet when you have problems, but it's all AMD, guys. And if I were to tell you how much I spent with this, I got lucky on a few parts on cases and stuff, but I only spent about $850 on this machine. And that's buying everything off, having somebody else, next day having somebody else put it together, doing all this other stuff, and I have a really good rig. I mean, it's you can get a good system, whatever you want to do it with. Because I mean, like for instance, Yogi, Porky. All right, King Porky.
Mm-hmm.
He just got his computer now, so he has a computer now, and his stream is actually better now. Since he's not streaming off of the Xbox, or the PS4. He's actually streaming off his computer, and he has his PS4 linked in. Looks so much better with graphics and everything else. And he didn't get nothing. He only spent like $500-600. That's it.
Yeah, that's all
Awesome.
you really need to spend. That's $1,700. That's crazy. It's also easier too for him because he's just getting it, like using it as a PVR, right? So for his Xbox. Yeah.
Yep.
You just need a capture card, and that's not as resource intensive. You get a decent enough processor, and you're done. So,
well, eventually,
smart man.
I know I've got some surprise coming, and that was for those that are listening to the podcast. Quotes. I got a surprise for Christmas, so I think mine might be coming sooner than I think.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Now, another popular discussion is water cooled versus air cooled. Now, I don't think liquid cooling is worth it unless you're overclocking. But that's another thing people spend so much money on. It's like, you realize if that one of those pipes burst, and it's not if it will happen, it's when. It happens a lot more. People talk about. You have to think about how much it'll cost you to replace the components that get wet and get fried.
You're just buying a new computer at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Depends the extent of it, and it also depends on. And I've had a liquid cooled system for a while, and you guys know I'm not the smartest person when it comes to computers. But as long as you take care of it right, properly, you make sure that when you're going to change the water out, which is once a year, if you're freaking paranoid, change it out once every 6 months. But you got to check the seals and everything around there when you change it out. If you seriously, this is something I've seen somebody do. Like, they say they checked the seals, they checked everything, and then put it right back on. Well, then, like, an hour or two later, it burst. Well, you didn't check the seals. Like, well, I thought it was going to be okay. No, if anything's, like, bad, you got to get it changed before you put it back on because, again, yes, it's only $800, but how much would it be for me to replace this in a hurry?
Yeah.
$1,200 minimum for what I got in here. I mean, you just got to play smart. I mean, yes, there are problems with water-cooled systems. I can't tell you that. But if you have a processor like mine, a water-cooled system will not keep it. The son bitch will melt. Just will not stay with the air. Ever. Because, I mean, people are talking about all these cores and all these threads and all this stuff. Oh my God, yeah, I'm gonna have such a beast computer. But how are you gonna keep that son bitch cool?
You don't need water cooling for that though. You could get a heat spreader for your processor.
Not this one. Well, I checked the processor and the only thing to cool it down. Well, I mean, you probably could do something else, but it wasn't recommended for it.
I mean, you may be in a rare scenario for most people. Yeah, a processor out of the box is built so that it will work. It will be cooled with a heatsink and fan. That's the way they're manufactured. That's the way they ship. The only time you need aftermarket stuff is if you're gonna really be pushing it or you're gonna overclock it. That's it. You know.
Right. Well,
so I've been saying a lot of people get the water cooling just to show off, not because they need it.
Well, no, like this processor, when I actually bought it, it actually had the side picture on suggested cooling system for this processor, which was the H80 water cooling system. Which, sorry, I don't know enough about to where, like, you can take a frickin' dual core and stream at high fucking def. That's just you. But, like, me, I have the system to do it. I have my settings the way I need them, and I go. Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of options for cooling now. Like, if you got the space on if your motherboard's spread out well enough and you got enough room inside your case, you got a full size or at least a mid-size ATX form factor case, then you could get something like the Cooler Master Evo 212. But that thing's huge, and it's got the copper piping to conduct the heat, and then it's got the aluminum phase cooling to dissipate the heat, and then it's got the fan tube as auxiliary to pull that heat out away from the processor. That thing is beast, but you need the room for it. There's another one that's similar, but it's a little more lower profile. I think it's called the Xanix. It has a similar kind of thing with the copper heat pipes, and then an aluminum to disperse the heat, and then it's got a beast fan on it. You don't have to use the stock fan either. You can use a higher CFM fan, So, liquid cooling is an option. It's not the only option. I just wouldn't recommend it to the average person because of the maintenance and the hidden cost of it. And that's really got to think about is the total cost of ownership. Because people always look at purchases as this is what I paid for it up front, but there's always hidden costs, like a car. You buy a car used or new, there's always going to be hidden costs. Your oil changes. Even if you're doing yourselves, transmission might go. How much it's going to cost you to rebuild it or replace it? Radiator, heater core, things start adding up after a while. And it gets expensive. What do we got in here? Water cooling is also very quiet since you get rid of all the fans. Yeah. That's the nice thing, but I just feel like water cooling is something that people mainly do just for the wow factor. Like, look how neat it is inside the case. There's no cables.
Well,
Oh,
I
look,
actually
no
do it because
clutter.
I need it.
Yeah. I'm not saying you, Obi. You don't need to defend your decision.
Well, I am defending myself because you keep saying it, like some people, like, and then you
I'm
keep looking at your camera, like, what the fuck, bro?
I'm always looking at the camera. I'm looking at the audience. Obi, if you say that's what you need,
What?
that's great.
You can't see no audience out there. The only person that you can
You
see
gotta
in your
talk to the
camera
audience.
is you.
You gotta talk to the audience. I'm
I do talk to
engaging
them
you.
all the time.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm just saying, this is a cautionary tale because people will try to get to spend extra money you don't need. That's why I'm saying it. And I get so sad when people spend so much money and then they're broke because they get caught up by overzealous.
Well, like I said, my whole
need this for
system's
that.
$800, so I ain't broke. Fuck them. If they don't do it the right way, they don't do it how they need to do it, and I have to. If they want to spend, like I said, if you want to spend all that money, go right ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah, if you could afford it, sure, but you know.
But if
You
you're
gotta
not
think
if
about
you're not confident in your ability to build or no idea what you're gonna do, you just go to iBuyPower or some website like that and get a pre-made gaming rig.
Yeah, and those are good. Those are good starting points because you can get those bare bones systems or
And then you can
pre-made
upgrade
rig.
them as you
Yeah.
want as you go, and you can learn how to do it that way.
Sometimes you can also get like, you know, the bundles like that come with the motherboard, the processor, RAM, like main stuff you need to get started. Maybe it'll come with a case and power supply too, and then all you need to do is get a few components after that, right?
Right.
So, but yeah, the pre-made rigs are probably the best way to get started. Like, you know, the cyber power, the iBuy power. You know, don't do Alienware. Overpriced shit.
Just buy an Apple if you're gonna buy an Alienware.
Yeah. And...
At least you'll get a better display.
You're really stuck on the display, aren't you?
There's
The
nothing that I've
5K.
seen that looks this good for the same price.
I would hope not. If you're spending that much money, it better be good.
And then I have my shitty ass Dell monitor over on my left side. Cause hey, free.
Yeah. Free is a good price. You know,
Yeah.
one of the things that I think people need to consider, and you need to be honest with yourself, is are you going to be doing gaming stuff or productivity? 'Cause a lot of time people, they'll say, hey, what's a good computer? Like, what are you doing with it? Like, oh, I'm just going to, surf the web. Like, are you sure that it's never going to change? And it almost always does. So you always want to, like, think about, like, something that'll let you, upgrade. Like you were saying, like, all right, this is out. This is no longer fitting my need. Now I'm going to put a better video card in there. Video card's, like, one of the easiest things to put in there. As long as you have a good motherboard, then you could probably just pop a video card in there and boom, it suddenly made your computer 3 times better, 4 times better, whatever. But that's an important thing. Think with the future in mind, because eventually you're gonna want to upgrade it for one reason or another. And that's one thing where with computers is that you can extend the life of the computer by planning ahead. Whereas a console, you're subject to whatever the third party support and the manufacturers decide to go with. Like, oh, if they decide to stop supporting it, it's like, that's it, it's done, it's dead. There's nothing you can do about it. They stop making stuff for it.
Yeah, but if the PlayStation 2 and 3 are any indication, they're going to support it for 10 years, and you have a back catalog of games that is just a dream that you can get for cheap.
Yeah, that's true.
Will you be able to upgrade it to 4K? No.
The whole point is with the computer, it's something that it's an investment that will last you a while, and it's more versatile than a console. If you're doing it for gaming.
Well, a console's just for playing games.
Yeah.
Computer, you can outfit a gaming rig to do whatever else you want. Get the right setup. You can also edit video on it and everything.
That's the beauty of it. I mean, the consoles are starting to tread into the computer territory, but it's never going to be quite the same.
No,
Another
I think
question:
that they should stick with what they are and not venture out into being a computer because you don't need a word processor on a PlayStation.
But that'd be kind of funny, actually.
It would be funny, and I think that was why they had the Linux OS on there, just so they could. On the PS3, anyway.
Imagine that stuff. So here's another thing. I did a build for one of our team members, and Merg. You know Merg, right, Obi?
Yeah.
I guess. Love Merg. But he got like Mergalish, he got a little overzealous, and he was like, I wouldn't build it the way Yogi's building it. And I'm like, I got the build in like around $500 with 8-core, solid state drive, and a bunch of other shit. That's pretty damn good. And that was just a quick thing I threw together, like $500-600.
How many gigs was the solid state?
250, I think.
Wow.
240. They don't come in 250s.
240, 250, you know. Scrub. Oh, I have a 250 right now. I'll pull out the box. What about
Not a solid state, you don't. They don't come in 250s. It's only 240s. But anyway, go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
See, the Obi's being that guy now that needs to correct people.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's exactly what the purpose of this discussion is. Is you'll get the guy that wants.
Go ahead. You're
that's
a 250 solid state drive. Go ahead.
Who cares? 250, 240. I said it was like 250.
Go ahead.
Anyway, Obi just felt the need to chime in. But the thing is, he looks at it. He goes, I wouldn't recommend Windows 7, but I knew why I was recommending Windows 7 to him. Granted, the operating system thing, it's kind of a moot point because you can multi-boot. You can have Mac OS and Windows together, and Linux if you want. No one can fucking stop you if that's what you want to do. But I said, to start off, I would probably go with Windows 7 because it's tried and true. The benchmarks are only slightly lower than Windows 8 for multimedia applications, and it's very slightly. And Windows 10 is brand new. You never get something better. Being an early adopter, you're gonna get screwed for so many reasons. It's lacking driver support, and they may not even ever have support for older hardware or legacy apps. Are you really linking to the thing in here, Ovi?
Yeah, they're linking me all the 250 solid state drives that they're finding, and I swear to God, people need to learn me a little bit more than what they have already. I'm fucking with them, guys. Come on. He said 250, I say 240. It's troll. Come on.
Yeah.
We're fucking with you.
Retards.
Because this is the one I have. I have the Samsung 250.
Anyway, go ahead, Yogi.
I like it. Got a good deal on it.
Dirtbag.
We don't need help derailing ourselves, Obi.
It's your fault.
Wow, that's a lot of links. Thanks for the backup, guys. Thanks. So anyway, what the hell? My recording just stopped.
Man, your shit's just gonna be all sorts of fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah, you're just gonna have to upload the recording tomorrow. I don't know how that happened.
Great.
Funky monkey.
Jeez.
Anyway.
Up.
So, Windows 7, I something I would recommend. Maybe Windows 8 if you could deal with the UI. Now, Windows 10, I can see why people can make the argument for that. You're on the cutting edge. But if you want to do any legacy apps or older hardware, good luck. And if you're doing podcasting, what's that?
Or retain some privacy.
That too. But, just from a productivity standpoint, that's what I'm looking at. That's what you got to consider.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mac, I'm just gonna say, hey, if you work in audio, video, and graphic design, then Mac's a good choice. If you want to do gaming, not so much. Also, be ready to spend about 2 to 4 times as much as you would with the PC build. Got to put that out there. That's not very cost-effective.
Let's just get it over with. Macs are crap. Let's just keep moving on.
No, not crap. But they're definitely not bang for your buck. That's the daddy war bucks. Like if you're rolling in style like Taylor over here.
They're not made for gaming, no.
But another thing that I got into some heated debates with people about is the hybrid versus the dedicated hard drives. Now the hybrid drives, they're convenient. One device that has a solid state drive and a mechanical hard drive in one. All right, and it's got a shared cache, and it works a little more seamlessly than having the independent hard drive. That's the argument people make. My counter argument is, if you have a hybrid device, that's a single point of failure you just created. You know what I mean? I don't like that. I'd rather have them separate. And I actually did some cost comparison. You would think that if you get a hybrid drive, it'd be cheaper than getting the solid state drive and the mechanical. They cost more.
Almost double.
So that's even less attractive. You know what I mean? So for a budget build, I wouldn't recommend the hybrid. And I just like you have more options when you go with individual devices too. If you get a price on a mechanical hard drive by itself, and then a solid state drive, and like the mechanical drives for storage is still really good. And like they have ones that run 7,200 RPMs or 10,000 RPM. I don't have that may not be the exact number, but you know what I'm saying. And then they have the cache, the big cache. That's the killer. And I mean, some of these things are pushing like 3 to 6 millisecond seek rate, which is really good for a non-solid state drive.
Beard, do you hear him doing all that?
Yeah, it sounded like he roboted out real hard.
Okay, that's just not just me. Okay.
Yeah, Comcast is probably fucking my connection because I talked shit about them.
Yogi, you're using too much internet. All right, guys, let's start fucking with him. Yep. Start throttling him back.
They're trolling me, yo. Anyway, so I'm not sold on the hybrid. I think it's a good concept, but they're not priced to go. And I just don't like the whole idea of having two devices in one. Because if that device goes bad, you lost 2 devices. You know?
Yeah, it makes more sense to keep it separate. You get like a 128 gig solid state. Keep your OS on there, a couple of main things, and then you have your 3 terabyte for storage.
Yeah, exactly. And I've been seeing a bunch of deals on solid state drives on like Slick Deals. They had like a 4-pack of 120 gigabyte SSDs. That's small, but let's say theoretically you want to run 4 SSDs, 480 gigabytes, that's not a bad amount of storage to have. You run all SSDs, a 4-pack of them for like 120. That's really good.
That's a good price. You could set up a decent RAID that way.
Yeah, you could go RAID, or you could just, use them as individual drives, whatever way you want to do it. But if you want a redundancy, you could definitely RAID them up and mirror them, and data stripe. What is that? Is that like a RAID 3? If I'm not mistaken.
RAID 1 or RAID 0.
RAID 0 is data striping, right?
Yeah.
RAID 1 is data striping with redundancy.
And RAID 5 is backups with backups with backups on backups.
Yeah. It's like those little dolls that have dolls inside of them, and then dolls inside of them too.
We're gonna put Obi into nap time here.
Obi's like, this is getting way too technical. I just use the damn thing. I don't want to know what's inside of it.
Boring.
Like, I just sleep with it. I don't want to know your name.
Boring. Well, hell yeah, that's the easiest way to get around.
Open
up, let me pop it, and I'll see you next time.
We're almost done. I just felt compelled because, like, all of the conversations we've been having in our team speak and on forums and stuff, and a lot of people are looking to upgrade or build a brand new computer from scratch, and I'm like, I want to give this advice because I don't want people to be compelled by folks that are overzealous and are going to discourage them or shoot them their idea.
Because frankly, I'm tired of people saying, "Hey, Obi, what do you think? What I should get?" And then I tell them, and then they tell me I'm wrong. Don't fucking ask me anymore.
Yeah.
I will not. I will. No. Seriously, people do that to me sometimes. I will not answer that question ever again. Obi, what should I get? Whatever you want. Don't ask me anymore. Because I'm
just say AMD and then
because then I say AMD, but Intel's so much better. Then fucking get Intel. Leave me alone.
Oh yeah, Beard, you were around for one of those sessions too, weren't you? Because Beard was in our camp with AMD, because everybody was just like flat out shitting on AMD. Yeah. And I'm like, AMD's actually really good. It's just people have like one-off bad experiences, and they think that represents all of the AMD products. You know, you have a lot more options. I feel like you have a lot more options when it comes to AMD. There's only like a few manufacturers that really put out NVIDIA cards. With AMD, you have like XFX, you have Gigabyte, you have Asus, you got Sapphire.
Mm-hmm.
There's shit ton, and because there's so many people that put them out, you can always get a deal from different manufacturers, and most of them are really good. I can't really think of one that I would avoid. I mean, even PNY puts up pretty decent graphics cards. That wouldn't be my go-to, but you know, PNY's been around for a while. But yeah, that's the thing. There's options. If you come up with something, don't let someone shoot it down and say that's a bad build. If they say they go a different route, let them explain why they feel that. But if they don't have any way to justify it, then you just ignore it. On the flip side, if you ask people for advice and then they give it and they say no, that's wrong, then that's stupid. That's the other side. Don't ask for someone's opinion or thoughts and then say that's wrong. It's like, why do you think this is? Like, well, because X, Y, and Z. No, I don't think that's right. Like, well, if you know the answer, why the fuck did you ask me what the answer?
It's not X, Y, and Z, dumbass. It's A, B, and C. God.
Because people aren't asking for your opinion; they're asking for you to confirm their opinion.
Yeah, they want validation. Oh, God. Please let me know that my thoughts are correct.
Yeah.
But just some fun things that I realized in building my own rigs and help fixing other people's rigs. I've seen some weird stuff happen, like audio sync issues. You remember that beard when I first started?
Yeah.
There's sometimes nothing you could do about it because it's a software thing. Other times it's because there's a lot. We probably had to save this for another time. Because we could go into a whole different thing. But one thing you might see that's pretty common is electrical noise. When you build your rig and all of a sudden you notice electrical noise when you're listening to audio or using webcam or your microphone is on, right? Sometimes that's just as simple as switching the ports around.
Was that when you hear somebody like riding their motorcycle when they're running? And it's actually a computer.
It's usually not that loud, but yeah, like sometimes it's as simple as keep moving the cable away from a power source. That might be causing electromagnetic interference, or switching the port. Like I had a weird issue with my webcam, and I think my webcam is actually it's on its last legs. But this is actually a pretty expensive webcam, but now it's like working out. But I had an issue with the webcam that even with the webcam's microphone off, it was still doing like little sound or like electrical buzzing sounds while the camera was on, but when I turned the camera off, it wouldn't happen. So then I just realized what was going on. I rewired stuff and then boom, done. A little thing like that are things you gotta be ready for when you build your rig. Mm-hmm. So is it worth it DIY, doing it yourself, or do you pay someone to build it or go to a shop? Preferably, remember when you pay someone to do it or you go to a shop, the main reason you pay more for it is because it's the peace of mind of having someone else being held accountable for something going wrong.
Right. And guys,
Absolutely.
I'm fixing my cam. It's still working on Skype, but it just crapped out in the stream, so I'm fixing it. So.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the stream.
I'm talking to you.
Okay.
So
what
the
are you talking
DIY
about?
is fun. The DIY is fun, but be ready to have the time to do it. It's not as easy as it seems, especially if you got to transfer data over. So we'll revisit it. We'll table this for now.
Come on.
I think Obi's had enough tech talk.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, it'd be great.
We should go talk a little bit about our recent Twitch marathon. This is our feature discussion. We just jump right in. So we just did another 48 plus hour Twitch marathon.
Mm-hmm.
It was this is like an annual thing we're doing now, tradition.
And I do want to say though, for for any of those that are listening to the podcast and you guys want to join us for this, just to give us your favorite moment or the best time that you had or something that we could improve on or maybe even do, the same next year. Like you said, we want to do with this, every year. We want to make it an annual thing, to where we do 48 plus hours of live streaming on GeekyAntics.net. So if you guys want to join us, please join us on TeamSpeak. But Twitch Marathon hype. That was all I can say. It was awesome.
Yeah, you guys did a great job.
And you know why I did what I did with me ending or starting and ending. Doing that, I got a chance to actually see a lot of what I didn't get to see last year, as in being like, because last year we were like on 12-hour shifts. It was like crazy. We'd work, but we'd stream for 12 hours, and then we couldn't enjoy the other 12 hours because we had to go to sleep. Vice versa, so it was really kind of how we did it this year, the 6-hour shifts, and then more people could get involved, and it was just, I got to watch a lot of the interaction, because I started HorsePLAY Live last week, Thursday at 11 p.m. I went all the way to about 8 a.m., 8:30, 9 o'clock. You came on, you played for a little bit. I went and got some sleep, but then I came back, and it was just, everybody was having so much fun, and then I think I jumped in with you on the Full Mojo round when you were playing it, and then I know I played some bitch. I was playing CS:GO with Fatal at one point on stream.
You played some Warships.
I did play some World of Warships, and we're gonna actually play a lot more of that on this weekend too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool watching that. I found the space equivalent of that game.
Well, if you got Yogi, you might want to think about it. Go ahead, tell me what the space equivalent is.
It's I think it's called Fractured Space, and it's space battles like that with giant destroyers.
Yeah, I saw that. But you need to think about that World of Warships. I think you would actually like it, just 'cause it's just like a melt-off game. Like, you kind of know how to lead your target. It kind of gives you a HUD to where if they're like 12 kilometers away, and you can actually reach them with the bottom line or the horizon line, and then you can move it over up to like 10 to 12 kilometers and try a test shot and see if it hits. And dude, it's, especially if you get 3 or 4 people in there, or 3 people max in a party, in a group, you get 3 people in there, man, it's really fun, because then you can actually play off each other and actually cover each other while they're go after one ship. It's fun. We're gonna get into it more.
I like the naval battles. I used to do a lot of submarine simulation games, and I love that kind of stuff.
Well, since you got your gaming rig now, you should get it. It's free, man. So.
Yeah, I need to get a hard drive for all my extra storage. I've tapped out the SSD.
That, and for a free game, that game's beautiful.
Dude, it is.
Yeah, it looks good. The detail on the ships.
So.
I was watching that, I was like drooling. You were like, there was a time where you were just rotating around your ship, and it looked like you were just zooming it to like admire it. I'm like, okay.
No, I was zooming it in because my Dell screen, the one that Neek actually sent me, this screen that I'm using now, it finally just crashed. I was trying to use as long as possible. And of course, Neek, if you're watching this, I really appreciate. Thank you. You saved my butt with the screen. But it's like 1600 resolution, so I was trying to stick with that 1980, just because it's a little bit bigger. I even brought my TV from the bedroom in here, but it didn't hook up after I actually brought it all the way in here. So I got to get a new monitor, a new 24-inch monitor, which 24-inch monitors, BenQ right now are $140.
Pretty good.
Hell yeah. It's not 144 refresh rate, but it's 1 ms response time. It's 66. It's 60 refresh rate. But it's, dude, I don't need much more than that. I'm not a pro. Yeah. I feel like a pro sometimes.
But what else we got? So everybody, the consensus is that everybody would like us to do more marathons. So there will be more marathons. There won't be we have the one annual 48+ hour marathon, and each year we're trying to break our record. So last year we did 72 hours, I think, 79. This year we did 70. We did 80, I think, more or less. I did a bonus stream 12 hours after we finished everything, and then someone else streamed before me.
Well, if we can get it to a point to where one of these years, I mean, even if it's a couple years down the road, to where we can actually plan it perfectly, But we can get it to where we stream a week straight on GeekyAntics. That's the goal for me, is a week straight.
Well, that's one of the things we're gonna do to kind of work up to that point is we're gonna start having a daily schedule. So we got Beard and Hat streaming, BFT. You know, we can have who else? Fatal Blades, Morgana, maybe Ric Flair. You know, there's lots of people we can have streaming. I think Kevin from the Worst Radio Show is down to do it. You know, me, Obi, obviously, and then you know, everybody. And what's cool about it, what I like about it, is everybody has their own kind of style. Like Jordan's gonna be streaming for us more too. Morg's daughter. You know, everybody has like a different style, different kind of games they play. You know, BFT's a little more deadpan. You know, but then suddenly he'll like freak out or get excited out of nowhere. So it's funny. Jordan's a little more, like a lot more chill. Like she does the chillax streams, you know, like lay back and just chill. You know, Morg is like the cool mom you always wanted to know. You always wanted growing up. Like she has cookies waiting for you, but sometimes she'll have to like beat up the kids. Especially if the kid's name is the Burnt Pig.
Wow. And two, with the more marathons, at one point, I believe we were thinking about, you know, having maybe like a monthly 24-hour live stream. Having 2 or 3 people get together for those that want to do it. I am down for that. That's something that I'll definitely do a 6-hour, 5 or 6 hour shift on that. That'd be great to do something once a month, at least. I mean, I know we do podcasts and we do all that other stuff, but and if we're trying to get our own channels kind of going as well. But no, to just take time out of 6 hours, you know, say 10 hours a week. Say you want to do 2 5-hour streams. That's perfect. Doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. Oh, you got to stream for 12 hours. No. I mean, there was somebody that was asking if he could stream for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know, just 2 hours. I was like, sure, dude, whatever helps. You know, pick times, man. If it's only 2 hours, you'll have pretty much any time you want. So
it's also good to have backups, because we saw a few people that had to dip out last minute.
Which we did. For those that helped on backups, Fatal Blades, thank you very much, man. I knew you would come through. Appreciate that. And then, of course,
Fatal and
BFT,
Jordan were both really clutch.
BFT helped out too. He clutched, and then Jordan too. That was awesome. Appreciate that. I don't remember if I missed your name on if you helped out with this live stream. I'm sorry, but thank you very much. It really does. So if you guys want to do something like that, I guess you guys can tell us. If you want to do maybe a monthly 24-hour live stream. It's the monthly gang stream, and then we have the big. Hell, eventually, if we get enough people, guys, it won't be the big 48. It'll be the big 72. We'll do something like that, and we'll move it up as it goes. But we just gotta have people to help us.
We'll always brand it as the 48+ hour stream. That's just the brand now that we've come to embrace. But then eventually it'll be like 72 hours or 90 hours and whatever, crazy numbers. That'll be our ongoing thing. But Beard was also pretty clutch, because the moment someone had to dip, he was hitting up the Skype and the Twitter and the text messaging, making sure that we had some coverage. So he couldn't join us because weekends are bad for him. But we'll do some stuff during the week too, and see what resonates the most. Because also another thing too, a lot of the stuff happens on the weekends as far as Twitch streams go. So it'd be nice to have more stuff going on during the week.
Yeah, and yeah, it would be, but you got to remember too, for people that work at home, I don't work. I'm a lazy bastard, but I'm at home. But people like me, we can do things during the day. A lot of people, that's why we do them on the weekends, is because they're working. We can do stuff during the week, but a lot of people work during, a lot of people that we know work 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. or 4 p.m. or whatever.
Yeah.
So, we got to think about that as well. But if some of you guys that want to do it during the week just put your name on that scheduled time. Like I said, Yogi's making a schedule where you guys can call days. Just being a serious Obi for a second, if you're going to take that, make sure you complete your obligation, just because it's not just screwing GeekyAntics, it's screwing everybody that wanted to watch GeekyAntics at that time. So, or somebody that might want to stream at that time but can't because you took it. So,
yeah,
just be aware of your friends. If you can't do something like that, we don't mind. It's not the point that we really care if you can't do it. So let somebody know. So, because I would hate to get a phone call at like 2 o'clock in the morning or some shit when I'm trying to get some sleep, and somebody's like, they're offline, come stream. No, I will not get on. I will tell you, sorry, maybe tomorrow.
I wish that Twitch had a nice little feature for transitioning broadcast sessions, so that when we switch, people take over the stream, it'll still keep the uptime going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that'd be pretty sweet.
They're hearsay. Now this is hearsay because with a lot of the networks and channels that do like what we're trying to do and accomplish, with random people that are a part of that network actually stream on the network channel. They're actually coming up with something to where you can have dual streams, how you set it up to like 1 or 2 minutes or something like that, to where the person that's streaming has control over it. But like, say I'm streaming and then you're gonna come up, you're gonna turn it on, you're gonna get in there, all right, dude, I'm live. And then when I go off, it actually then fades into you, because we're on the same channel, but yeah, it's like a like in your scene selection and your settings where you can have the delay of scene switching or source, that stuff. It's supposed to be something like that, to where it's going to make it easier for networks to actually do what they want to do. Because if they can have multiple people streaming, and say Yogi's 6 a.m. to noon, and then I come on at 11:30 or whatever, or however the time goes, and it just makes it a lot more smoother. So I hope they do it. But again, like I said, it's a lot of hearsay and a lot of hoopty in the wind.
Yeah. Well, they're also working on the rebroadcasting feature too, so that'd be really useful. But yeah, we played a lot of games together. We did Full Mojo Rampage, Doom 3, BFG edition. We tried to keep it kind of Halloween themed ish.
I didn't.
Fear, First Encounter, Assault Recon, the first one. Minecraft, they were playing Vanilla and Pixelmon. Spore, Outlast, Strider, the new one, or the last one that came out. Injustice, Gods Among Us, Ultra Street Fighter 4. There was a bunch more of the games, but those were like the main ones that we were on rotation. I know you were doing Farm Simulator.
Well, I was doing everything that I usually play. I was doing some Farm Sim. I was on with Fatal. We were playing CS:GO. I was doing the World of Warships and just things that people don't expect to see, because I knew we were gonna have a bunch of stream of like Minecraft. I knew we were gonna have a bunch of like full Mojo. Like, you weren't the only one that streamed it, so like it was something that I knew we were having all these things. And then BFT, I think, was it BFT or you pulled out Doom 3, and then BFT got scared as shit, which was funny as hell, guys. If you got that, you need to put a highlight of it.
Oh, it's up.
A BFT getting scared. That little.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, the whole clip is.
Yeah, but no, like highlight it, like, because I'm gonna highlight a 20-second clip of me actually shedding those couple tears. I really don't want to, but people want to see it. But do that. Highlight that when, dude, he jumps literally. If we're looking like this at the edge of his camera, his chin was at the top of his camera when he came. When he was at his peak. It was priceless.
I'm gonna try to link you guys.
I hate stumps. That's all he was saying. Real, all right, guys, we're not playing this more. I hate fucking stumps. No. Like, he's like, all right, we're going to try something else. He's looking, he's like, I hate fucking stumps. It was great. Some new followers and old friends, of course. Rachel Drummond was here. She was actually a new friend of ours now that we've actually made, which is awesome. And she was actually on the episode of the Zombie Dose. which was a Halloween special, talking about zombies and everything, which was really cool. She's awesome. If you guys haven't watched that or heard that yet, go get it, download it. It's an awesome. We had fun. It was a little scatterbrained, but we had fun. Taylor Clark, aka Beard and Hat, Goldie in the Aussie Geek Show. You guys know Goldie's trying to or would like to be, and I've totally accepted, a co-host on the Sunday Dose, and he's really excited about it. And the first show, it was like there was like 8 people on. The second show, which was the Zombie Dose, there's like 8 people on. So he's asking me for this week, is there going to be like 8 people on again? just because we're actually be talking about the gamer addiction again. So it's gonna hope he doesn't want to go fuck you.
I think Goldie gets just as flustered as you do when there's too much talking going on at once. Because I already know Rachel from before, so I was joking with having a laugh with him, and I was just ribbing on him. This is part of an initiation, and he kind of got frustrated. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, he was. Well, and I told him too that it's a roundtable discussion show, but then we're gonna have our shows to where it's just like me and you, when we because there's sometimes like Beard and Hat, BFT, Morgana, anybody that comes in TeamSpeak and that we know, we're always welcome to have them. But there's shows that me and you have that we're like, all right, guys, we're not taking guests right now. We're talking us. Just because it's Horseplay Live. Yeah. But other friends that we had, of course, helping us out and being a huge part of it, saving our asses sometimes. Morgana Freya, BFT9000, Renee Bones. She was, I don't think she streamed, but she was there a lot, actually, while others were playing, too, and conversating.
Yeah, which is funny, because she spent so much time in the chat, I was like, and she was playing games with us, like, why didn't you stream with us?
It's okay. I mean, maybe we'll get in there next year, and she'll do her, we'll give her a nice old shift where she can play whatever she wants to. Of course, Lord _Rakdos helped us out a lot. Thank you very much. And, of course, Not Panda was there almost the whole weekend, too.
Yeah.
I mean, he was there like almost every time that you were streaming, and he's actually here tonight in the other channel. But he'll be playing Mount Your Friends with us later. But he was there the whole freaking time. Every time you were streaming, talking, he was sitting there talking. I'm like, dude, did you sleep at all? Like, he didn't. I swear to God, dude didn't sleep at all.
Oh yeah, he didn't get any sleep. But it was really fun, and we're gonna start doing. We're gonna bring the whole team into our theme stream, so we'll have the dust off, where we'll try to make a dent in our gaming libraries and try to play games we normally don't play as much. Maybe work through our wall of shame a little bit. Maybe we get everybody involved in Retro Friday, which doesn't have to be Friday. Retro Friday is just a brand, like Throwback Thursday. Gang nights, our community gaming. We're gonna do more Hearthstone Noob Nook, where we play Hearthstone and show us some new plays. Show off the script plays.
And I just do want to say too, next week, episode 100, a new segment coming back. If you guys remember, and I'm gonna say it because I'm kind of excited about it because I got some shit to rant about. Obi on the Podi's coming back next week. It's episode 100.
It's gonna be a call-in episode, so we're just gonna get everybody to come in, throughout the whole show, and then we're just gonna have fun little topics, bullshit. It's good. We're not gonna have any real formal topics.
Definitely,
we're not gonna get through a formal topic. It'll just be a bunch of little mini topics.
Oh yeah, it'll be a lot of like free balling mostly. But if you guys,
would you rather this? Or it'll be a lot of this or that type of stuff.
If you guys have your own thoughts or anything that you'd like to add on this topic with the 40-hour live stream, your happiest moment or the moment that you thought it was going down or just whatever, you guys can give us a voicemail. Send it to us at 206-415-4987, or you guys can send us an email if it's, kind of lengthy and you don't want to hear your own voice, mail@GeekyAntics.net. And, of course, we'll respond live and tell you guys what, tell everybody else what you think. Yeah?
Word.
But, guys, unfortunately, we've got about 5 minutes left in the show. And we do want to make sure that we give, everybody a chance to plug themselves. Beard and Hat, where can everybody find you, sir? All right, bearded hat
Yeah,
everywhere.
he's muted right now.
Oh, his mic's muted, but anyway. Yogi, how about you, sir?
I am YogiZilla everywhere, particularly these days on Steam, Xbox Live,
Wow.
Twitter. I'm really trying. I can't think right now. Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram. Ooh, Instagram, definitely follow me there. Cute cat pictures.
Nice,
And,
nice.
food, cat, pets, food, video game stuff, and sometimes TNA.
No, not sometimes TNA, always TNA. Hey, guys, you can check me out anywhere that you can find Obi1X2. Of course, I am getting on Twitter and Facebook a little bit more. If you get random posts from some James Tar guy, that's me. But you guys check it out anywhere you can find it. Of course, the stream, we got some new and exciting games that we're actually going to concentrate on here in the near future, as well as the podcast up coming on Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on GeekyAntics.net. But, of course, HorsePLAY Live is everywhere. You can listen to or download awesome podcasts, including allgames.com, Player FM, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. Please take a few minutes out to thumbs up, favorite, subscribe, share. Even better, we love some comments and reviews. It's quick and easy. Really helps us out. Thanks to everyone who's been promoting our content. We love you. You guys like eye candy? We have video as well. Check us out on YouTube and Twitch. You guys, youtube.com/GeekyAntics. And for the highlight of this show, twitch.tv/GeekyAntics. Here on Geeky Antics Network, in collaboration with All Games Radio Network, we have tons of shows that we cover with a wide spectrum of topics. We can't possibly plug them all. So to get that, if you guys want to go and check out your favorite show, go ahead and go to geekyantics.net/schedule. Thursday through Sunday, basically the whole weekend, the extended weekend anyway, is our biggest podcasting and streaming days for now. If you guys want to, remember, we are starting that schedule. It's where you guys can join in and pop in, even if it's on Wednesday in the middle of the week. We'd love to have you. But you guys can go and join us. Of course, we're looking for a Geeky Antics Network is also looking for podcast hosts, writers, broadcasters, streamers, anything that you guys think that we can do. Let's just brainstorm together and have a good time doing it. Of course, don't forget, all our intro and outro themes are provided royalty-free by TechnoX. That's Techno with a K. It's TechnoX.com. And, of course, all our friends and from All Games and the gang, of course. Yeah? You guys are listening to... What?
Sounds about right.
It does, it does. You guys are listening to us on allgames.com. The Dead Pixel Live Power Ranking show is up, followed by Knuckleballer Radio at its new time every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. But be sure to hang out with us and then chat and click live or chat button. We'd love to hang out and chat with you guys. Our friends at B-Team Podcast now, remember, are at Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on our official sister network, unofficial sister network, All Games Radio Network. So you guys... That's Obi1X2. That bear lizard over there is YogiZilla. It's HorsePLAY Live. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Later, potatoes.
What the? Just play the music. Oh. I'm not dancing. Hey guys. Hey guys, don't remember, we're going to be playing Mount Your Friends right after the stream, so we'll see you guys there in a second.